What happens when a builder and an artist-scientist set out to change the way we make houses by gathering together a collaborative group of artisans to build themselves a low carbon footprint home? CarbonShack.
As you drive around Los Angeles, every time I turn a corner, I see another house that's been taken down.
With all the new development going on, I think that's just business as usual, to scrape it away and take it to the landfill.
What we're trying to do is say density is going to happen, development is going to happen, but can we reuse these materials in a sensible way? We're going to take this house down and we're going to build a whole new house out of it using all salvage lumber. Our company began in the preservation market. When a single-family residence was being taken down in order to develop the area, we would go in and take that historic residence apart and save all the component parts for our preservation projects. And then one day, I was like, well, what if we built new buildings out of it? So what's really exciting about this project is that we're going to explore every aspect of green construction, not just the energy systems, but the whole building itself.
What other people are investigating and focused on is largely the operation of buildings. For example, the air conditioner. What we're focused in on is the materials that you use to build the building at the beginning.
When you look around this house, you just see all this beautiful lumber. Why would we not reuse this stuff? It's available, it's already here. This house was constructed originally around 1905. The period of this home, there was a lot of forestry done in the Western Sierras, and all that old growth Douglas fir and redwood, it's just beautiful old wood that you can't get nowadays. It's either in our homes here in Los Angeles or it's in a national park. All that carbon that was expended into the atmosphere 100 years ago is already out there. So if we reuse this, that means there's new carbon that we're not putting out into the atmosphere, new wood that we're not having to remill, new wood that we're not having to transport to market.
Just under 40% of carbon emissions comes from the building stock in our country today. What people may not realize is that 40% is greater than what comes from our cars, our transportation sector, and from our factories. And then if we just focus on reducing the carbon emissions from our building stock, we can potentially bring down our overall emissions significantly. We have a sustainability professor helping us on this project as we go through the process of building the house.
Life cycle assessment can be a useful tool. You might not be able to capture the benefit of using salvaged lumber using traditional LEED metrics, but with life cycle assessment you will.
The LEED for Home standard is like a checklist where you're following best practices that are likely to reduce your carbon emissions, but we will be going to measure what the exact carbon emissions will be.
We'll want to take every input from the simple transportation of the materials to production of the materials, as well as the use throughout the home's existence. And we're going to put this all into a program, and we'll go through and calculate all of the environmental impacts, such as CO2 emissions, impacts on human health, impacts on the surrounding ecology.
Accounting for the milling, the transportation, construction, and disposal. If we were to build this house with all new lumber, the wood itself would emit about 3.7 tons of carbon dioxide. That's equivalent to driving every single day on the road for 8 or 9 months. It just highlights the importance of individual action.
It's a huge opportunity for us to look at greener practices and chart a course towards affordable green building.
Usually these things happen so quickly, we don't get the chance to make the argument to come in and salvage it, so we're really lucky in this case. We got this one in time. What we were able to salvage out of the house was framing lumber, siding, interior doors. We salvaged plumbing fixtures, beautiful old cast iron tubs, and sinks. So I think it's really exciting to salvage that house, but there's so much more that we're going to do. We just want it to be a no-holds-barred project, and we push the boundaries on everything. How green can we be in every single aspect? We're in Los Angeles in this area called Mount Washington. We're very close to the site that we salvaged the lumber from.
The house is located on a hillside site. This has meant that the foundation had to be fairly deep.
Concrete's a tough sell when it comes to the environment. That's why you don't see many people that call it the green concrete company.